You're welcome to yet another segment of Safety Time at Command of Safety. And in this particular video, I want to be, looking at conveying our children on motorbikes, especially this time of the year when the rains are heavy. As we all know, the rains are really, really heavy. Reports reaching us, very obvious to us. We find that there are floods everywhere in most parts of the country. The rains are so heavy that sometimes we find out that it rains for days non-stop. And the weather is very harsh. And at times like this, when the weather is very harsh, our children are more at risk, especially the young children. They are more at risk. Now, I'm doing this particular video, basically because of an experience I had very recently. One of these days, I was taking my children to school, and while I was driving, I noticed from a distance a motorbike coming with the rider, a mother and her two children. The mother was seated at the back with her bags and all of that stuff, and she had her two children seated in front, right in front of the rider, very early hours of the morning. Now, I noticed from a distance that the youngest of the children, she's a girl, the youngest of the two children seated in front of the rider was having a seizure. She was having a seizure. I noticed it from a distance, and I tried, putting on the full lights to get the rider's attention. He wasn't getting I wasn't getting his attention. I had to keep honing until he got very close. And then as he got very close, I started pointing at the little child in front, and that was how I was able to get the mother's attention. And they had to park, and that child was able to get help. Now you can imagine if that child had that seizure fully, and while on that bike, it would have been something else. Now we know that the weather is harsh, and if you really have to convey your children on a motorbike, point number one, if you have an option, please don't convey your children or your child on a motorbike very early hours of the morning, or when it is raining. Very early hours of the morning, or while it is raining, on a motorbike. Please, if you have an option, don't convey your child on a motorbike, especially seated in front. Point number two, if you have to convey your child on a motorbike, while it is raining or very early hours of the morning, have the child sit between you and the rider. Let the child sit between you and the rider. Now, this is because the wind is so much and it's cold. It's very cold, very early hours of the morning or while it is raining. For that particular child, it was very early hours of the morning and it was raining, and no form of protection, no raincoat or any stuff like that. And so that child was exposed to that cold, and that was how, one of the reasons that leads to seizures in children. Now, so point number one, never convey your child on a motorbike very early hours of the morning or while it is raining if you have an option. And then point number two, if you have to, please let that child, or if you have to convey one child or two children, you have them sit in between you and the rider. Now, if you have to convey like 3 children and then they can't all sit in between you and the rider, you have them seated in front. Always ensure that if you have to convey your children on a motorbike, you have them wear, appropriate clothing. For this weather, you must ensure these children are properly clothed, for appropriate clothing. And then finally, for this video, if you have to convey them on a motorbike, and then they are properly clothed, and then you have them sit between you and the rider. Point number 4, when you get to your destination, please try and ensure they get some form of warmth. It's not a time to also expose them to maybe high, very cold temperatures. Maybe taking them to where you have ACs, the air conditions on and all that. Try and make sure they get some form of warmth when you get to your destination. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless you.